Hi, my name is Sherry Sanders, and I'm a county extension agent working in White County as a part of the University of Arkansas Division of Agriculture, and this is AgricultHER. AgricultHER is a program where we celebrate and empower women working in the field of agriculture. This month's feature is Magen from Bismarck, Arkansas. Alongside her husband Jeremy, Magen manages multiple agricultural businesses while balancing the demands of family life and leadership service. She recently made history as the first woman elected to serve as Vice President of the Arkansas Farm Bureau Federation. This is Magen's story.
I would say my greatest challenge has just been in our businesses with the volatile markets, the ups and downs that you have to endure with the economy, because everything we have is tied up in this. You know, we both work in this business every day, Jeremy and I both. Some people laugh and say, how are you still married? You work together all day long, and then you go home and you're still talking about business or whatever it is. But we just made a decision 16, 17 years ago when I came home that we were going to make it work. That's just how it was going to be. But there are times when you think, okay, how am I gonna pay those bills? How am I gonna do payroll this week? It's hard being a small business, and depending on, especially in a service industry, a retail industry, you can't gauge that from moment to moment in a small business like you can maybe a larger one. So that's our greatest challenge. I think Jeremy does this better than I do, as far as knowing, I said earlier that we've had so many different businesses, and it's knowing when to walk away, knowing when the time is right, you've built it to where it needs to be, and maybe you have that offer that comes through. It's being able to cut those strings and walk away. And it's, that's hard because it's things that you've built up and you've done, but each one has helped push us further with whatever business that was next. And it's the same thing with agriculture. That's why we don't name our calves, and we don't name, the only thing we name around here are dogs and horses. And the horses aren't guaranteed to stay. But it's important to know when to walk away. So my greatest reward would be my family, for sure. Jeremy he's been an amazing husband, provider, leader of our family. Everything that God tells a man to do, that's what he embodies. And from there, we've had 4 beautiful children and been blessed to raise good kids, or at least people tell me they're good kids. So, you always worry when you send them out that they'll act a fool and embarrass you, but mine tend to do good, I guess. But they are definitely my greatest blessings, and my biggest reward for sacrifices maybe that growing up maybe I didn't have, or this or that. God has definitely given me some good ones.